VocalistClub presents.
In the name of God, hello everyone in the VocalistClub family. I'm Mohammad Reza Rahmani and I'm very glad that I'm here with you guys. Today I'm gonna tell you a very important and practical point which can change your singing life. It starts with some students in my classes or some students in online classes, generally with those who sing when I ask them to perform the previous session's lesson or one of the lessons in a solfege book. They have problems. After I tell them that you are weak in this lesson, they say that when we are singing and performing at home, we are fine and it is good, but in class we cannot. And they think that they cannot perform in class because of stress. But it is not true. I even say in my classes that we are 7, 8, 10 people together for months, and there shouldn't be a stress anymore. There is a point here when you think you sing well at home but not in front of the others. Many of us think that when we are at home and we are alone, we sing much better than the time that we sing in front of the others. Many of us think that we sing well, and if there wouldn't be any vocal coach, we have just the illusion of singing well. But that is not the case in reality, and we do have problems. But what to do? We don't have access to our vocal coach 24 hours a day. When we are practicing, how can we understand whether we sing well or not? Even in online classes and courses, we just watch the video. How can we understand it here? Today, I want to talk about this big problem, and I myself had faced this problem. The solution is a voice recorder. My dear friends, voice recorder is your third ear. You can record your voice with your cell phone or with some professional recorders, or even if you can record your voice with some professional applications, and believe me, it is a great help. Wherever you sing, remember to record your voice, even if you are in a family ceremony and they ask you to sing a song for them, or in any other situations that you think it is not important. Record your voice, listen to your voice, and analyze your singing and your voice and become your first coach. Yes, by listening to your voice, you become your first vocal coach. You should know that the voice that you hear when you are singing or speaking goes through your head, and it is completely different from the voice that comes out and hits the air and then reaches the audience. So, what happened? The voice that we hear while we are singing is completely different from the voice that the audience listens to at that moment. We should record our voice, listen to it, and then analyze it. I promise you, if you keep recording your voice for about a year and then start to analyze it like a strict vocal coach, write down about your singing, about your strengths, about your weak points, and then try to fix your weaknesses and also make your strengths stronger. I've written some points that I want to tell you in this video about the things that we have to observe in our singing. And they are really simple things that we have to remove from our singing. Don't delete your recorded voice. Save them on your computer and date them in a folder. For example, 13th of February 2020. And then 1 month later, date another file. For example, 13th of March 2020. And keep doing it till 1 year. For example, till February 2021. Till then, if you analyze these points, which I'm gonna tell you, you will find the weaknesses and strengths in them. After a year, when you listen to your first recorded singing, you will notice a tremendous difference between the latest and the first recorded files. Okay, the points that you must analyze while you are listening to your recorded voice. The first and most important one is to write down your out of tunes part. To write down the parts that you sing off key. You have to write them down. Even if you want, you can draw a chart and write these 10 points, date your singing in the chart. One part is out of tune part. Check out for out of tune parts in your singing. See how many times you've sung out of tune. 10 times, 20 times, no problem. Try to not have those out of tune parts next time you want to sing. Write down all these out of tune parts, all the parts that you have sing off key. Try to write the reason for this problem too and try to fix these problems. It may have many reasons. You have to just write them down and find out the reasons. The second thing that I want to say is the speed of your singing. Check that if you are singing too slowly or too fast. Sometimes singing slowly makes the audience tired. Try to have a normal speed based on your character and the way of your singing, whether it is pop, rock, or whatever. You have to find the appropriate speed of singing based on these. So, next time that you want to sing, pay attention to the speed. If you are giving a speech and you speak very fast, the audience might not understand what you are saying. So, have this approach for analyzing. Next thing is your volume. Pay attention. Did you sing in a high volume or a low volume? You have to fix this problem. In one of my previous videos, I have told you that you have to sing in your speaking volume. When you speak, do you speak loudly or do you speak quietly? No, you speak normally. There shouldn't be any false volume in your voice. From the lowest pitch to the highest pitch, it should be normal. False volume hurts your vocal cords and make the audience uncomfortable. I myself have experienced all these, so the volume of your voice should be normal. Of course, we need to change the volume of our voice for some technical reasons or even for our tone color, but I'm talking generally. Your voice volume shouldn't be very loud or very quiet in a way that the audience couldn't hear you. If your singing is rhythmic, pay attention to how many times your singing was out of rhythm. Have the rhythm of that song and again listen to find the out of rhythm parts. Believe me, it affects the audiences unconsciously and they might not understand what happened, but if you sing out of rhythm, they would say that you are not a good singer. So, pay attention to the rhythm. The fifth point is timbre. You have to pay attention that in this 10-minute singing, did your voice become weak gradually? Did it become tiring? At the end of singing, were you pushing your voice to come out? If you have experienced any of these, you have to find the reasons. Maybe your voice becomes tired after just some minutes because of the false volume. You have to analyze it yourself. So pay attention to this one too. The sixth point that you must pay attention to it is voice distortion. How many times your voice was distorted? How many times have you cleared your voice? In which pitch did it happen? It usually happens in the high pitches, so if it happens in high pitches, you have a problem in your head voice and you have to fix this problem. Guys, you have to write down all of them. If I wanna talk Turkey, I have to say that you shouldn't have any mercy on observing your voice. You must be very precise. If you do it as I said, you will have no problem when you are singing in some places full of the audience. The 7th point, is your voice hunky? Is your voice too nasal? You must pay attention, dear friends. A nasal voice shouldn't be the base for singing. Even the hunky voice is not appropriate for singing. These are the 7th and 8th points which I'm telling you. For coloring our tone, we may send our voice through our noise. I mean, we may use nasal voices, but it is not supposed to sing nasally all the time because it's gonna be a very irritating voice which the audience wouldn't like to hear. The 9th point, if you feel that your voice is unemotional, you must write down this feature too. Try to figure out how to solve this problem. It is very important in singing. By sinking in meanings, by believing what you are singing, by concentrating, with closing your eyes, with staring at a point. Guys, if you stare at something at a point, you will be focused and you might have an emotional voice. Before you start to sing, have an image of what you are going to sing in your mind. Have a mental image and immerse yourself in that image. It will help a lot to your emotions. The discussion of emotion is also a long one, but here I have briefly mentioned a couple of things for you. And finally, the last point, write down all the weaknesses and strengths in your voice. I'm strong in singing in low pitches, I'm strong in this kind of vibration, I'm strong in long breathing, or vice versa, I'm strong in high pitches. Look, dear friends, all great singers in the world have their own weaknesses too, but because they have knowledge and experience, we don't hear their weaknesses. They hide their weakness behind their strengths. You must gradually remove your weaknesses and highlight your strengths so that the audience just hears your strengths. The audience will never ask you why you didn't have that spatial vibration in your voice, why you didn't sing in that pitch. The audience listens to your singing and enjoys it in her or his mind. So use your strengths more. For example, if you are strong in trilling, highlight it in your singing. If you're weak at trilling, try to hide this weakness by vibration in your voice. If one of your strengths is singing in low pitches, try to sing some parts in your singing in low pitch so that your audience will enjoy it. Check all of these and give yourself a mark between 1 and 20. Okay, let's close this case. Try to remove these problems in your singing gradually and record your next singing and start to check it again. Check those 10 points in order to find out about your progress, your weaknesses, your strengths. Analyze yourself. I'm sure we will soon find some good news that by doing this simple analysis and by recording your voice, if you do so with the patience, interest, and commitment you give yourself, your singing will improve very much and it moves forward. Take care, till the next video, and goodbye.